Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to Arkham Horror LCG. It's Rob from Sage Tower Games, and we are here with the second scenario in the Knights of Zealot campaign, the Midnight Masks scenario. The board is already set up with a very quite elaborate setup. Those of you that are familiar would know that your house would be in the 9th spot over here. But since we burned the house down, it doesn't exist, so instead we're over here. We have both of our players set up already. Let's hop in and read the scenario. So, in the wake of the disaster at your home, Leader Chandler, the red-haired woman from your parlor, lays out a tale that, even in light of what you have just witnessed, strains the limits of your belief. The creatures in your home, she claims, are called ghouls, cruel beings who plague the crypts, caverns, and tunnels beneath the city of Arkham. These creatures feed on the corpses of humans, and they are served by a dark cult within Arkham, whose members have inexplicably come to worship the ancient master of the ghouls. This cult has been killing innocent people and feeding them to the ghouls, satiating a monstrous hunger. A dark balance was until maintained. Now. Recently, Leader continues, one of their lairs where the corpses were stored was destroyed. Since then, the ghouls have been more active than usual. I have tracked their movements and tried my best to stop them from running amok throughout the city. But I think there is something worse going on. The cult has been planning something darker and more ominous than anything I have yet observed. Indications are that the plan shall come to fruition tonight, shortly after midnight. Beyond that, I cannot fathom what to expect. Many of the cultists, Leader continues, will seem like everyday people despite their foul intentions. Whenever the cult meets, its members don masks shaped like the skulls of various animals to protect their identities from one another. These masks are our mark, symbols of death and decay. We must unmask the cultists to expose and derail their plans. We have but a few hours. The more cultists we find before midnight, the better. And you can see the setup is laid out here, how to set it up. So, for the act deck, we have Uncovering the Conspiracy. You have one night to find the members of this cult and unveil their plan. The more members of the cult you can find and interrogate before midnight, the better. Spend 2 clues per investigator, as the groups of 4. Draw the top card of the cultist deck. The goal is to find as many unique cultist enemies as you can and add them to their victory display. If there are 6 unique cultist enemies in the victory display, advance. And then this one is basically saying 6, but you don't want to take too long to do it because bad things may happen. So I think this is all set up. Yeah, this is all set up. So we'll shuffle the encounter deck. Shuffle Mark's deck. And we'll shuffle Min's deck. Okay. Let's get our cards. If it bleeds, manual dexterity, survival knife, dodge, and prepare for the worst. Oh, I also have 1 mental horror from my trauma that I got from last time. So it's not a terrible hand, to be honest. Especially because I could use Prepare for the Worst to draw into a gun, possibly. I have a survival knife. Dodge can get me out of an attack, and I can use, if it bleeds, to heal some horror. So I already have 1. And I don't want to take any more, probably. So I'm going to actually keep this hand for now. And then for Minth's tongue, we have deduction. Try and try that again. Oh, an ally would be nice to get. I think he does have leader, beat cop, and guard dog. So those are the allies for Mark. We'll hopefully draw into one. I'm gonna plan working a hunch and a flashlight. Okay. I'm gonna discard these two. The rest of the cards are pretty good for her to gain clues. And then shuffle them back in. So this way I have magnifying glass, flashlight, ways to gain a lot of clues, so she can really clean up the clues quite quickly. Alright, let's see for Mark. I'll spend the 2 for the survival knife. Our other option would be to just move and deal with this acolyte to get him out of the picture. That might be worth it. Let's move him down to the south side. Search your deck for an ally asset and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Limit once per game. Well, that's perfect, isn't it? That just perfectly allows us to get an ally out there that we were just talking about. The acolyte would then engage Mark, so it becomes an enemy. And then we'll attack for 6 to a 3. 0. So that will defeat. This goes away. And does Acolyte have a horror value? No. It was just what I was looking for. I was actually... I didn't plan that. I actually forgot what they all do. That was perfect. So, play, move, attack. So he is set. And I think that's his turn. So for Min's turn, Magnifying Glass comes out for free because it's a fast card. I will spend 2 resources to play the flashlight. I don't want to use deduction on the main area because I feel like that might be a bit overkill as I'm 1. So instead I'm going to just investigate normally. I won't even bother using the flashlight. It's a 5 to a 1. Cultist symbol. That does -2. Place 1 doom on the nearest cultist. There is no cultist, so she gains the clue. I will spend 2 clues to play working a hunch to gain the other clue. And I'll just move down to Mark just in case enemies spawn. They can kind of deal with them together. And then she can wrap up these 2 clues to get the false cultist out. So, gain a resource, draw a card. The normal deduction. Resource and a card. Vicious blow. Alright. one agenda, and then encounter cards. Acolyte spawn on any empty location. Let's just put him in St. Mary's Hospital. And he comes into play with a doom counter. Ah, crap. Has 4 agility. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror. Then disengage from each enemy and move to a central location. There's only 1 central location in this map. That's the middle. What's her agility? 2. Even if I use manual dexterity, it puts up to a 5. It's not even worth it, I feel like. But I'll just take the hit. I would have actually passed it too. Oh well. 1 damage, 1 horror, and she is dragged away by the night gaunts to the middle of town. Shame. Alright, well, he's gonna use the cause ability. Do I not have it in the deck? Oh, because I reloaded. Is she not? Should I carry over when I remade the deck? She did not. So where do I get her from? A question. Here we go. There we go. Was it even in the deck? So it's 1 to do that. Second one, to play leader. I at least have a sponge. And she's at least gives me a +1, so now I'm at a 6. If I use the survival knife, a 7. And I can do +1 damage. There's no point in me going to attack the Acolyte. I mean, I guess that could be actually, because if I go to attack the Acolyte, if I take the hit, I can use Sophie to... I can use Mark's ability to get a card from it, and then counter back with the survival knife to take him out and save me having to go for him next turn. So yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. Okay. So then on Minth's turn, she's gonna go back to the universe, south side. From 1. She will investigate for 2. I will use deduction. That puts me up to what? 4, 5, 6, 7 to a 2. 7 to a 2. Automatic success. Well, not automatic. Elder sign. +1. You may choose a skill card committed to this skill test and return to its owner's hand. That's crazy. And I gained, and because I was successful, I gained 2 clues. And I'm going to... It's 1, 2 to investigate. My third action will be to use the agenda deck. So I gain a cultist card. Wolfman Drew. He spawns in downtown. He's way up here. Alright. So we'll probably have... And how do you beat him? By just punch him in the face. So Mark will have to probably make his way up this way. Oh, also the hospital flips over. Heal 3 damage, not bad. Alright. So the Acolyte will attack. I will have him do a damage to Leader. I use my ability to draw a card because of that. Then I gain a resource and draw a card. Gain a resource, draw a card. Alright. And then I'll use my survival knife on the Acolyte. Tablet is a -3. I think I still win. It's a 6, 7, yeah. The Acolyte is defeated. Now we go on to the next round. One more on the agenda deck. So far we've got, it's 2 turns in. Got 1 cultist, not bad. Attach the location with the most clues. The attached location cannot be investigated. That would be this one. Does Leader give me only for fighting? No, it's for +1 strength in general. So, okay, so I can break that door down. Wow, this actually fizzles because there's no other location that has clues on it. I believe this just fizzles because you can't attach it to the same place that already has a locked door. Alright. What have I got here? I could have actually used... No, I couldn't have. Because I drew that after I killed the Acolyte. So that wouldn't have been in my hand at the time. Alright, so then I'm going to... Do I have anything to test strength? I guess I could use if it bleeds. So I will use if it bleeds. Not use it, but like as a skill card. So I'm testing, I have a 5. Leader gives me a +1, 6. 7. And then Min's ability. Oh, it's at her location. Never mind. So 5, 6, 7 to a 4. -2. Okay. So with that, the locked door is discarded. I am going to use 1 to play prepare for the worst. I'm gonna flip these cards over here. I've learned my lesson of putting them on the mat. It automatically puts the counters on them. I had, oh, I see 1 weapon finally. So Dynamite Blast, dodge, 2 coverages. The only weapon I drew was the cult. So the rest of the cards get brought back in. And this goes away. I think I just play the cult now. Just to get it out of the way. Yeah, why not? Oh, I can't. Never mind. In that case, I'll play Emergency Cache. Give me the 3 resources. Okay. Min's turn. She'll move over from 1. Then she'll investigate with a 5. Use this one again. 6, 7. No, sorry. 4, 5, 6 plus the wild 7. The 2. No way. Another elder sign for her? Okay. That's what we're doing here, I guess. So 2 clues. That was move, investigate. And we'll just use emoji cache. Give her 3 more resources. That way she has the money if she needs to. So 6, draw a card. The upgraded survival knife. Interesting. And I've got a plan. Okay, so we got some good cards coming out. Turn 3. Place 2 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. That would be Wolfman Drew. Now this is important because remember that it checks the agenda deck at the beginning of the turn. So next turn, when it adds the 4th one here, it'll see the 2 here and it'll be a 6. So it'll automatically advance because of that. Acolyte. I'm gonna spawn you right here. Okay. Okay. Now comes... I think we spent 3 to play the cult. Then that's one action. Second action to move to the Miskatonic University. So it's the top 6 cards of your deck for a tome or spell card and add it to your hand. I'm not sure if I have any of those, to be perfectly honest. He engages. And then I'll fight. So I have a 5, 6 with a knife, a 7 to a 3. -1. He's defeated. I can just discard him. And I'll use 1 resource to play Evidence. Discover a clue at the location. I could have possibly played Survival Knife over the old one. It's a better knife. But we'll see. Min's turn. She'll move up from 1. Then she's going to investigate with a flashlight. And I'm going to use this deduction. So let's, okay, so it loads this by 2, so it's a 2. So I have a 4, 5, 6, 7 plus my ability, and 8 to a 2. And if I pass by 2 or more, I gain 2 additional clues. No way. That can't be accurate. Comes back into my hand. And she gains all 3 clues. I'm just gonna test this out for a second, hold on. Okay, so it does work. I just tested out. It does actually pull something bad. That was just the most random RNG I've ever seen. I'll take it. And then we'll spend 4 clues. Okay, another cultist. I know, right? Herman Collins. The Undertaker. How do I get rid of him? 4 cards from my hand. That's a tricky one to do as well. We'll see. But we've cleaned up that one, so that's actually pretty good. That ability's been used. And can be a tricky one. Alright. No creatures. In a resource. Draw a card. Beat cops here. Just in case leader has nothing to do. Rabbit's Foot, which probably seemed like a dead card right now because Minth is drawing Elder Signs left and right. Get a Doom token. Now it does check. It does see that there are 6 because of the 2 on Wolfman drew. So because of that, it does advance the agenda. So unfortunate. The Mass Hunter. Engage with the prey with the most clues. Ooh, that's actually... Oh, well, the tide actually. That's perfect. Yeah, because she gained 4. Because she had 2. Then she gained 3, 5. And then she spent 4. Wow, I didn't even plan that out. And he has 8 health. Okay. Oh, he's not actually a monster. I guess it makes sense. He's not actually a monster. And then the next card is an 8. Wizard of the Order. Spawn at any empty location. I'm gonna spawn him probably up here on the north side. I'm not gonna probably go up around this way, kind of deal with the stalker and make his way up towards Wolfman Drew. However, you must choose to either spend a clue or take 2 damage. I'm gonna spend a clue actually. At 2 damage on her, that'll put her up. Actually, wait. Unless she goes back here to heal? No. Okay. Now we got this guy in our way. Well. Good thing we have ways to deal with him. So, we're at the same place. We're gonna attack. We're gonna fight with the cult this time. So it's a +1. Actually doesn't give me any bonuses to the attack. This does an extra damage. So I have a 5, 6. I'm gonna use Vicious Blow. 7 plus the bonus from Min is an 8. 8 to a 4. -2 is a 6. So I pass. It does 1 damage, an extra damage from the cult, that's 2 damage. Extra damage from Vicious Blow, so that's 3 damage to the Silent, the Masked Hunter. That's 3 out of 8. Okay. What's the next plan? I guess we just use Sophie's ability, right? So we fight again with the cult. So I'm attacking with a 6. I'm gonna take a damage to give myself a +2. So it's an 8 to a 4. And I get to draw a card. Because I took damage on myself. So 8 to a 4. -3 is a 5. I just pass it. And I do 2 damage this time. So close. Let's see if there's any way I can like do like 1 extra damage to him, you know? I don't think there is. But we're gonna fire again. So I'll take a little damage. Give myself another +2. So I'm still attacking with an 8 to a 4. Cultist symbol. -2 and place 1 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. So I do pass. So that's 2 more damage. That's a shame that he's not a monster. You may use your book instead of my... Is it worth it to try and attack? Or do I just take the retaliate? Or do I take the hit from the mass hunter and just counter with the survival knife and stab him back? I do have a dodge. I can just dodge the attack, so I'll be fine in that regard. Okay. Min's turn is the question, though. I could, in theory, I say in theory, I could go 1, 2, and then discard 4 cards to get rid of Herman Collins. And I would discard everything except the leveled up deduction. But I don't know if that's worth it or not. Some of these are good cards. And I'm pretty sure the graveyard has something that keeps you there if you don't test it. But I can't remember what it was. But we have to get some of these cultists off the board. So I'm just gonna risk it. 1, 2. After you enter the graveyard, test 3 willpower. If you fail, you must either take 2 horror or move to Rivertown. I have a 4. Test it out. Tablet. -3. If you fail, place 1 of your clues on the location. I do fail. I have no clues on me though. And then what happens to me? Take 2 horror. I'm gonna take the 2 horror. As bad as that is, really, for her. And then I would engage with Herman Collins. So I'm gonna choose to discard 4 cards to put them in the victory display. So with that, that's our first cultist dealt with. Now, the reason I did that is this also sets me up because I can then just knock out the graveyard clues next turn and spit out the next cultist right away. So only card left. What's okay? So Mass Hunter will attack. I'm gonna spend a point to dodge it to cancel the attack. And that's it. Upkeep, gain a resource, draw a card. And the guard dog. Now I'm getting all the allies now. Okay. One on the agenda, so now we have 2. At the end of the Mythos phase, place 1. Okay, so he gets 1 in a second. You must either spend a clue or take 2 damage. I'll take 2 damage because it makes me draw a card. And my ability is once per phase, and so this is the Mythos phase, so I can do it again on my turn and still be fine. Oh god. I'll just get this card. That's 4. I have a 2. -3, I fail. And move to a central location. That's literally the worst card to draw. Because now she's either going to struggle to get into the graveyard or... And then he gets a doom counter. Alright. So... First action, I'm just going to stab him with the survival knife. Because... I already have 5, 6, a 7 to a 4. Should be fine. Alter symbol. -2, so I pass. It says place a doom on the nearest enemy. He is the nearest enemy. So that doesn't matter because he'll be defeated. Do you not get... It's weird. Anyway. So he goes into the victor's display. Because he is a cultist. So that's number 2 of the books. I should have done Peril. But can I do that for Knights for the Gaunt one, or is that Peril card? I'm so stupid. I should have done Let Me Handle This. And I would have been able to keep her at that location. It's what it is now. Can't do anything about that. Move over here. Number 2. Spend 5 resources to gain 2 clues from the token pool. Nothing amazing, to be honest. This guy's got 2 health. I will just take a shot with the cult. So it's a 5, 6, 7 to a 4. I'm just going to use the guard dog just to play it safe. 8 to a 4. Oh! Yes! What a play. -4, I felt it. I just felt it in my bones. 2 damage. He's defeated. He is a cultist, but he's not a special cultist. Ooh, okay. I want to go back to the graveyard, but I feel like I might struggle. Especially with my hand being a bit low. I mean, I have a 4. I have a lucky. So I can try it. As long as I don't... We'll try it once. Let's see what happens. That's 3. Will. 4 to a 3. -3 is a 1. If I use this to play lucky, it makes it a 3. So I pass. Okay. Lucky did its job. And then I'll investigate with deduction. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to a 1. +1. It passes. I gain 2 additional clues. So that's 3 clues I gain off the location. I mean, she's doing good with those clues. And then the last action, investigate again. 5 to a 1. A skull. X highest number of doom on a cultist enemy. There isn't any. So we are safe. And she's cleaned up the graveyard as well. So next turn she can pull out another cultist enemy for us to fight. Well, thank you for the raid, Chef J Oxide. Asol, that's a clever name. That is a clever name, I must say. Well, welcome everybody to the channel. My name is Sage Tower Games, and we are playing the Arkham Horror LCG card game. And we're currently playing the Midnight Masks scenario, which is the second scenario in Knights of the Zealot campaign, the campaign that comes in the core set. So where were we? Yes, I do get victory points for the locations. I just don't move them to the victory display until the end of the game because they're still in the area. So, but yeah, at the end of the game, I will count them for victory points once the game resolves. And you were playing the Pokemon deck. That's pretty cool. Is it? I think I've seen the Pokemon deck building game on Tabletop Simulator. I haven't really gotten much into the Pokemon. I mean, like I played the old Pokemon game back like when it was crazy back in the day, but yes, Arkham is a fun game. The caveat with Arkham is it's also a game where, as in most Arkham horror type games, suffering comes with the game. You know, like there's sometimes the game will just beat you down. Luckily, this game we've been incredibly lucky, as Mike can attest to it from over on YouTube, where I drew 3 Elder Signs in a row for Min. But sometimes you draw like 3 auto fails in a row, and it's just horrible. So you live or die by what you draw from the chaos bag. So resource card. She's gonna have to draw some cards because she is strapped for any sort of cards. Second one on here for the agenda deck. Is that even the second one? I'm actually doing pretty good, I think. You know what's gonna happen, right? The minute I say that, horrible things is gonna happen. Yep. Hunting Night Gaunt. Thank you. Got a creature. Attached to a location. Limit 1 per location. It's +2 shroud. That's no problem because we are done with that location completely. Okay. So. Night Count. I am trying to think. I guess I should just pop the Night Count off the board. Oh, he's a monster. Wait a minute. So I actually get +1 damage because of leader. Thank God. Alright. So we'll use 1 bullet from the cult. So it's a 5, 6, 6 to a 3. I'll use unexpected courage just as a hope. Yeah, so it's an 8 to a 3. 0. Pass. And because it's a monster, I do 1 +1 from the cult, +1 from the leader. I do 3 damage to the Night Count. There you go. Now my second action, I'm going to stab it with a knife. Because I can. So it's a 5, 6, 7 to a 3. -1. I pass. And he's defeated. Now the issue I have is if I go towards Wolfman, he'll attack me. He's not a monster though. Okay. I think the play is gonna be I'm just gonna draw a card actually. Alright. Willpower's a good card. Alright. So Min's turn. She's gonna spend her 4 clues to get another cultist from the cultist deck. And we gain Victoria Devereaux. She spawns in the north side, right where Mark is. And you gotta spend 5 resources to get rid of her. And as a reminder for all these, Victoria, I mean, you can get rid of them the old-fashioned way by just beating them down into submission, but she will engage with me. So I'll have to use my resources next turn to get rid of her. But I was hoping that I would get that one because that means I can deal with her next turn, move over to Wolfman and start to deal with the Wolfman. That was one action. Second action to move back to the middle of town. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanna... go for either St. Mary's. It has a heal 3, which could help her because she does have... Oh no, she only took 2 damage. Why did I think she took more damage than that? Never mind. So then I'm gonna probably go to East Town. While you are in East Town, reduce the cost of each ally asset you play by 2. Well, that's not really exciting. Unfortunately, because of this series of events, Victoria will attack. He'll do a damage. I'll have leader take it for me. I do draw a card from that. Ooh, hello there, evidence. Thank you. And then gain a resource, draw a card. Dynamite. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. If I didn't have to spend the resources, I could literally just Dynamite Blast Wolfman. And then just go in and finish him off quickly. Resource card, that's all for her. And next turn. So we add 1 here. I'll get up to 8 to advance this one. And we have our encounter cards. Ooh, Obscuring Fog is not what we want for this location. Makes it a 5 now. You must choose to either spend 1 clue or take 2 damage. He needs to take 2 damage. I would have him take it for her, but that's quite a bit of damage already. Alright, so here's the question that we need to ask ourselves. Is it more beneficial to just punch her in the face a few times? As great as that sounds. If I attack her twice, defeat her, I can then Dynamite Blast next door to do 3 damage to Wolfman. And then the turn after go over to him and finish him off. That might be the play. Yep, I think that's the play. Okay, so we're gonna fire our last shot from the cult. So that's 5, 6 to a 3. I'm gonna use Overpower to make an 8 to a 3. +1, definitely pass, and we draw a card. Home front, hello there. Okay, it's the first time I've actually drawn that card, so. And then she takes 2 damage. 1 from me, 1 from the cult. Second turn, I will attack her with the knife. This time it's 7 to a 3. 7 to a 3 with a skull is -X equal to number of doom on a cultist. There is no doom, so we are fine. Okay. So that will defeat her. And she joins the victory display. And I'm doing it. I'm spending all 5 resources to play a Dynamite Blast. Choose the allocation or one next to me and deal 3 damage to everything at that location. Thankfully, there's no investigators there. But Wolfman, however, will take 3 damage. Which means next turn, he'll be primed and ready for me to come up and just finish him off. Perfect. I am out of ammo for the cult, which is a bit of an issue, but we'll make it work. Meanwhile, Min over here is just like investigating a storm. 2 clues is kind of a bit boring for her, to be honest, but we'll do it. She investigates with a 5 to a 3 anyway. So 5 to a, sorry, I said 3, I meant to say 2. 5 to a 2. Investigate. Auto fail. Investigate again. Cultists. -2. And place 1 doom on the nearest enemy. Nearest cultist enemy. So I still pass. Investigate again. -2. So I get both of these clues. So we are set, and that's in that sense. And that's it. I think it's going to be a converge on Wolfman to finish him off and get the clues from the downtown location. I thank you, Goat Sacks, for the follow over on Twitch. Not sure why the alert didn't pop up. I'll have to check that. See, probably something to do with the restream situation going on. Okay. So resource, draw a card. So far, don't know why I have a -1. Probably clicked too much. Four, 5, so we're 5 out of 8. Now I do remember, I've played this campaign quite a few times. Hitting midnight is bad. I forget why. I don't remember why. Just remember something bad happens. Test for willpower. If you fail choosing to discard one asset you control. Oh, I failed. Oh no. I'll discard my gun that has no ammunition in it. Test for willpower. +1. Min does not care about your crypt chill. She has no chill. Do I do survival knife? Do I go double survival knife? I don't have one resource. That's not gonna work. I'll move to downtown. Gain 3 resources. Hello there. Wolfman will engage. I will then stab the Wolfman. 5, 6, 7 to a 4. I'll use unexpected courage. So 7 to a 4, 8, 9 to a 4. 0. He is defeated. This goes away. This goes away. And he joins the victory display. So we've almost got we got 4 out of 6 cultists cleaned up. And then I'm gonna use the location's ability to gain 3 resources because he needs money. And on the other hand, she'll move over here from 1. It's a 3, so she will. She'll use the flashlight to make it a 1, so it's a 5 to a 1. Auto fail. Nice. Flashlight again. 5 to a 1. A skull. There is no close doom on it, so it passes. She gains 1 clue. Now we do have 4 clues together as a group, so we can actually next turn activate and gain another cultist person. So that would be good to know. Meanwhile, she's just stocking up money because apparently I forgot to give her anything to spend it on. 2 let me handle this, so he's ready. 5 out of 8. We're getting close. If you have no clues, it surges. If you have 1 or more, test for book. Perception, I think it's called. Well, that's not good. Do I bother with that? That's the question. Do I, like, even if I use my perception card, makes it a 5 for him, not even worth it. -2, yeah, I would have failed. So unfortunately, this clue goes back here. Now for her, on the other hand, it might be worth it. 5, 6, 7 to a 4. 7 to a 4. -3. I literally just pass. I'll have to keep in mind as well that that does use her ability, so she doesn't have her ability for this next turn. Okay. That being said, that actually kind of ruined a lot of things, actually. I'm gonna have Min go first, which you can't do. The order doesn't have to go, I think, static every turn. I'm gonna have her investigate. So it's a 5 to a 3. Fail. Try again. Fail. Wait. I'll spend 3 resources to play the Tooth of Estley, just to give me some extra stats, just to keep myself a bit short up there. Meanwhile, Mark is going to... I was hoping to get something of value. I'm gonna move over here from 1. I'm gonna spend the 5 resources to gain 2 clues. And then I'm gonna spend those 2 clues. Oh no, wait a minute. I forget. Do I have to be at the same location? I actually forget that now. If anybody remembers in the Arkham rules. I'm just gonna check, see if I can find it. Because sometimes you have to be at the same location, but sometimes I don't think you have to be at the same location. You know? Maybe page 6. And we'll just see if this... When you spend it using conveyors per investigator value. Okay, so any and all investigators, it doesn't specify that they have to be together in this case. I know sometimes it does. So in that case, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Just want to make sure. These games, sometimes you got to be, like, it's very literally can be a last turn effort. So I moved, spend the resource, got the clue. Peter Warren. He goes to Miskatonic University. And I gotta spend 2 clues to get rid of him. Okay. I don't have 2 clues. But we'll see what we can do about that. Resource. Draw a card. Now I have to get rid of a card. I did draw the automatic though, so. Hello there, Dr. Christopher. Been a while since we've seen you. 6. Ah, dang it. Not taking Night Gaunt. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. Well, that would be Dr. Peter Warren, actually. And again, those that missed it the last time, it doesn't check. It checks, so when it adds a Doom counter to the agenda deck, that's when it checks the agenda. Since this happens after it already has made the check, it doesn't advance it, even though it is at 8 technically. So Peter has to go for us to not advance it next turn. Okay. Well, the good thing is I can evidence to gain a clue. I kill this guy. The issue is going to be I mean, I could just punch him, I guess. Punch him. Okay, so but I have to. Okay, so we'll attack. Yeah, the issue is I need the gun. That's the issue. Okay, we'll attack with the knife. That's a 5, 6, 7 to a 3. I'm gonna use home front. So it's an 11 to a 3. -1. I pass. Shock there. So I do 1 damage from my from the attack. +1 because it's a monster. And home front lets me move a damage from me to the enemy. So it's 3 damage altogether. Then we'll attack a second time. 5, 6, 7 to a 3. 7 to a 3. We got a skull. Minus X equal number of Doom on a cultist. -2. So it's a 5. So we pass. He's defeated. I'll spend a resource to use evidence to gain a clue from this location. It's gonna be so annoying because like it's gonna literally advance next turn. Oh well. I'll move over here. He will engage me. But I can at least survival knife him. It will do 2 damage, so basically it'll set him up to take him out next turn, no problem. Alright. Min's turn. 4 resources to play Dr. Christopher. Gives us the +1 to our thing, so hopefully we can actually gain our clues now. We need to beat a 3. And we have a 4, 5, 6 to a 3. 0, we pass. I believe we passed. That's the thing that was a -2. Yes. So we gain both clues. So that does mean that we have enough clues to get the last cultist from the set. Now, Peter will attack. They'll hit me from 1. I draw a card from that. I get a counteract with my survival knife to attack him back. So it's a 5, 6, 7, 8 to a 2. -2 passes. And it does 2 damage overall. So next turn he's gonna go down. No problem. I gain a resource, draw a card. True Grit. I'll be honest, I forgot I had that card. Oh, I actually would have gained a resource from Christopher. Okay. Adds 1. It does advance because there's enough here now. Unfortunately, couldn't deal with all the enemies at the same time. So this one. Oh no! I thought there was. Wasn't there a 12 one? I thought there was a 3rd agenda. Oh, that's not good. Are you telling me I literally was 1 turn off from getting this guy? If I'd known that, I would have just moved with the Night Gaunt and just took down cultist. Oh my god. "12 bells ring out across the town. It is midnight. There is no time left to investigate the city. You must act based on the information you've collected from the cultists." Resolution 2. Ah, that is so unfortunate. For those wondering, by the way, the last cultist is Ruth Turner, who is in the hospital. So I could have just literally gone down here and finished her off. Ah. Resolution 2. In your campaign log, on the cultists we interrogated, record the names of each unique cultist that we have. In the campaign log, on the cultists who got away, record the names. I know, yeah, I don't know what you know what I was thinking? I know what I was thinking of. I was thinking of the, I want to say, I think extracurricular activity? No. Not extracurricular activity, the Miskatonic Museum one. I think I played that one quite a bit. Last time I really got into, last time I really played the Arkham one. And I believe that one has, I think, 3 to it. But yeah, that's just unfortunate because I could have just probably moved and just dealt with it. It's past midnight. Okay, so let's record our stuff. Unfortunately, for some reason, it never saves my stuff. I do not know why. Just never likes to. And then it's burnt down. This past midnight. We interrogated Wolfman Drew, Veronica Deverell. I think I spelled that right. Let's go with that. It's all E's. Mass Hunter and Herman Collins. That's close. And Mass Hunter. People who got away was Peter Warren Bailey and Ruth Turner. Just think about this for a second. Peter Turner literally got, like, a guy came up to him, stabbed him with a knife, and he ran away. Wait. It's on experience equal to the victory display. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points. Which means Min has 7, Mark has 9. Alright. And that is the Midnight Mask scenario. This one, in my opinion, is a tricky one if you just have the core set. The issue I feel like with the core set is you don't have a strong card pool at the beginning, and if you do bad in Midnight Mask, it really screws you for the Devour Below scenario. It just makes it near impossible. But with that, you did decent. You did a pretty good job, I have to say. Like, 4 should have been 5, I'll be honest. But I'm not happy. I'm actually pretty happy with both Mark's playstyle and Min. I haven't played either of them prior to this series. So Mark's actually pretty powerful with his attack. And Min is a really good. I mean, I didn't even use her ability that much, to be honest. Just got lucky.